And in Nevada, it's the opposite. You all turned the governor's house from blue to red. Lombardo was elected just this past week. And also, lost the Senate campaign. Adam Laxalt was defeated by Catherine Cortez Masto. So sort of mixed results there. But I wanted to ask you about another candidate. Michelle Fiore had mentioned in a speech recently she ran for statewide office. Her opponent, who was a Democrat, was endorsed by a Republican. The nicest thing she could say about the Republican that I can repeat was that if this was Brooklyn, she'd get a beating. That Republican was you. And she said some awful things about you as well. So I just kind of wonder what is going on within the Nevada Republican Party, because you seem to be kind of at the center of this right now.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate. It's embarrassing, actually, I think, for our state overall. And we actually had a number of Republicans that took a hard look at some of our options. And when Senator Mitch McConnell said, it's all going to come down to the quality of candidates, that was a hard statement to have to swallow, but he was right. And when you have candidates that are under FBI investigation for misappropriating funds, when you have a candidate who actually says that our Black attorney general should be hanging by an effing crane, I think you have a problem with the quality of candidates. So a lot of the actual Republicans who came out and endorsed some of these Democrats, it was very easy to do so. Now, it is unfortunate that Adam Laxalt didn't win. He actually ran an amazing campaign. He's not one that I'm referring to as the problem. And it was very exciting to have Governor Lombardo, or Governor-elect Lombardo, to win, along with Lieutenant Governor position. But we still are a Democratic majority. So unfortunately, we didn't pick up any seats in the state legislature or assembly. And I really think it had to do with the quality of some of our candidates. Usually it's the up ticket that hurts the down ticket, but this time the down ticket hurt the up ticket. And our state party is incompetent, and they did not get out the vote like they should have, and we actually underperformed. So the candidate that you're referring to, Michelle Fiore, she cracked a joke, and it's not a funny joke, about wanting to break my hand because I supported her opponent, who is highly qualified as state treasurer and has been very successful with making sure that our taxpayer dollars are being spent wisely.
Well, and for those that don't know the story, she's accused of having broken somebody else's finger.
She did. She actually did it in City Hall to another city council person.
I mean, so but this is kind of crazy. You're still part of the Republican Party, so if you don't like the direction that it's going in, you used to lead the Republican Party in that state. Right. How do you get that Republican Party back on track in your eyes so that it begins to have success again?
Oh, well, that's a really good question, because unfortunately you have the quote unquote leadership. They have changed bylaws, rules to benefit themselves, and they've done a terrible job at supporting candidates. They are supposed to remain neutral in a primary, and instead they've picked their winners and losers while they lie and trash those other Republicans who try so hard to just run for office and try to do good. And so I think until we can possibly, burn it to the ground and start all over, I think they're making themselves irrelevant. And that could be another reason why we had question 3, which is ranked choice voting, which I know is controversial, but it passed this go round. And nonpartisans is the fastest growing party in our state. And I think it's due to the toxicity on both sides, but I know for darn sure on the Republican side.
Yeah, you know that personally, but I asked this about the details of the Nevada Republican Party because I think there's a larger lesson here for the national Republican Party. Perhaps it isn't as vitriolic as some of the discussions, some of the things that Michelle Fiore said about you, but I wonder if Republicans nationwide need to sort of take a cue from some of the things that Nevada might be trying to do, or take a cue from some of the things that Nevada wants to leave behind and avoid.
Sure. And I think it's important, too, that at the national level, when they see a chairman trashing Republicans and excommunicating them, so to speak, when the national party sees candidates like Michelle Fiore, lashing out at other Republicans because they didn't support her, they have a responsibility, I think, to also speak out and say enough, because this is only going to further embarrass the rest of the nation and the Republican brand. And it's unfortunate that that's where we're at.
And that is Amy Tarkanian. She is a former Nevada State GOP chairwoman. She's now a Republican strategist. And we thank you very much for joining us on Early Morning.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation in your cable lineup. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-based, unbiased coverage.